Celebrities are buzzing after Sean Diddy Combs' shocking arrest on September 16th. Just a day later, a 14-page indictment dropped accusing him of attacking, threatening, and coercing those in his circle. Now facing serious charges of racketeering and illegal exploitation, Diddy has pleaded not guilty. Stay tuned as we look into the ripple effects shaking Hollywood. Former Danity Kane member, who has previously spoken out about Diddy, appeared to respond to his September 16th arrest. The purpose of justice is to bring closure and give us the chance to start a new chapter. She shared on her Instagram story, "Women rarely get this opportunity. Today I feel validated. This is a win for women everywhere, not just for me." She added, "Change is finally happening." Another former Danity Kane member, Don Richard, has spoken out. "We commend the grand jury for indicting Sean Combs, which closely aligns with the federal complaint we filed last week on behalf of our courageous client, Don Richard," attorney Lisa Bloom shared with US Weekly on September 17th. With the video evidence of Combs brutally attacking his girlfriend, and now 8 individuals accusing him of abuse, including Don, this arrest feels long overdue. Don Richard had previously sued Diddy, accusing him of manipulation, terror, and mistreatment. At the time, Diddy's attorney, Erica Wolf, responded with a statement. "It's unfortunate that Miss Richard has discarded their 20-year friendship in an attempt to get money," the statement read. Mr. Combs is standing firmly on the truth and looks forward to proving that in court. Rapper Foxy Brown shared her thoughts on her Instagram story, writing, "Things are about to get real crazy" on September 17th. 50 Cent seemed to throw shade at Diddy in his September 17th social media post. "Here I am hanging out with @The Drew Barrymore Show, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at home." The rapper captioned a photo with Drew Barrymore. The lube remark appeared to reference the over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant seized by Homeland Security during a raid on Diddy's homes in March, according to this week's indictment. During the September 17th episode of The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the God drove into the allegations of Diddy's infamous freak-offs detailed in the indictment. Wild hotel parties where women were reportedly coerced into extended acts with male workers. The comedian speculated, if Diddy's getting hit with racketeering and trafficking for these freak-offs, others will be caught up too. If you ever partied with him, ran a train, or got involved in any way, you're probably going to jail. On the September 17th episode of The View, Whoopi Goldberg called Diddy's 14-page indictment extensive and disturbing. Sunny Hostin added that Diddy's actions resembled mob-like behavior, citing the indictment's claims of a criminal enterprise. "They're talking about trafficking minors across state lines for sex, calling these events freak-offs," she explained. His homes were raided, and they found 1,000 vials of lubricant and narcotics. Kesha reacted to Diddy's arrest with a TikTok video featuring a revamped version of her song TikTok, which includes new lyrics aimed at Diddy. Originally, the lyrics were, "Wake up in the morning, feeling like P. Diddy." But the updated version now says, "Wake up in the morning like P. Diddy." In the video, Kesha holds up her middle finger, smiles, and blows a kiss to the camera, having first debuted the revised lyrics at Coachella earlier this year. Many celebrities have reacted to Diddy's arrest. Queen Latifah was skeptical, saying, "I won't hold my breath yet." Serena Williams expressed hope, stating, "I hope justice is finally served." LeBron James shared his disbelief. "It's crazy. I was bumping to Mo Money, Mo Problems earlier today in the car, and had a weird feeling today was the day the feds would catch Diddy." Drake simply said, "Knew this would happen," while Rihanna left a comment on a post that read, "Karma, good or bad, what you put out comes back to you." Rihanna's comment added, "It comes for everybody." Lizzo celebrated, stating, "Finally, fans were relieved to see Diddy's arrest after months of serious allegations." He was taken into custody at a New York hotel on federal charges linked to raids on his properties in Los Angeles and Miami. The allegations against Diddy include serious accusations from Cassie and others. Fans expressed outrage and disappointment, condemning his actions and calling for the maximum sentence. One fan commented, "It's about time. Diddy's been getting away with terrible things for far too long. It's good to see justice finally catching up with him. I hope this sends a message to other powerful people who think they're above the law." Nearly a decade ago, Jennifer Lopez's mother, Guadalupe, was also sounding alarms about Diddy. After Diddy's arrest on September 17th, a clip from Lopez's 2015 appearance on The Wendy Williams Show has resurfaced. During the show, Wendy Williams suggested to Lopez, "I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way." Lopez laughed heartily at the suggestion of rekindling a romance with Diddy, with whom she had a relationship from 1999 to 2001. "I remember you said that," Lopez told Williams, acknowledging that this wasn't the first time the idea was floated. While the studio audience cheered, Lopez's mother, Guadalupe, sitting in the front row, made a dismissive gesture and appeared to say, "It's done," clearly signaling her disapproval. "It's crazy. Everybody came alive," Lopez noted about the audience's response. They all had something to say. Williams picked up on the disapproval, remarking, "Everybody has an opinion." "Yes," Lopez agreed, "it's funny to me." When Williams resignedly concluded, "All right, so no Puffy," Lopez's response was definitive. "No Puffy," she affirmed. Guadalupe's disapproval of Lopez's relationship with Diddy has been well known for years. In December 1999, Lopez and Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, were involved in a nightclub shooting at Times Square. They fled the scene, leading to a police chase and their subsequent arrest. Former NYPD detective Derek Parker recounted how Guadalupe arrived at the police station looking for her daughter. Her mother was yelling at J-Lo in Spanish and was really mad at her, Parker said. "I heard her say, 'I told you not to get involved with him.'" Lopez was released without charges after spending 14 hours in custody. After their split in 2001, Lopez openly admitted that Diddy wasn't faithful during their relationship. "I was in a relationship with Puff where I was completely distraught, crying, and losing control. It really threw my life into chaos," she told Vibe magazine. "I never caught him cheating, but I just knew. He'd say he was going to a club for a few hours, and then wouldn't come back that night." On Tuesday, Diddy was arrested on charges of racketeering conspiracy, trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He has been denied bail and, if convicted, faces life in prison. Diddy may have pleaded not guilty, but the real story is only starting to unfold. With celebrities already reacting to his arrest, it's time to uncover the explosive details of this case.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called Hell on Earth.
A grand jury has indicted music mogul Sean Diddy Combs on serious charges, including conspiracy and inappropriate conduct, according to a federal document unsealed Tuesday. These charges stem from 16 years of accusations and claims that Combs misused his influence to mistreat others.
Just how serious they are. Again, one more time to repeat, it's that racketeering charge, it is sex trafficking, and it is transportation to engage in prostitution.
Combs was arrested Monday evening and is currently being held without bail, marking a shocking turn in the public life of a man who once dominated the entertainment and celebrity world. The indictment alleges that Combs used his lifestyle, media platforms, and music companies to orchestrate an extensive criminal enterprise. His security team, personal assistants, and other staff members were allegedly involved in helping him abuse, threaten, and coerce women and others to satisfy his sexual desires, protect his image, and cover up his actions, according to court documents. Sean Diddy Combs and his associates are accused of committing and covering up a series of crimes, including exploitation of vulnerable individuals, narcotics distribution, arson, and kidnapping. According to the indictment, many of these offenses occurred during illicit parties, which Combs allegedly referred to as freak-offs. At these events, Combs reportedly violated victims by throwing objects at them and dragging them by their hair. His associates allegedly facilitated the gatherings by booking hotel suites, recruiting male adult workers, and distributing illegal substances to coerce attendees into intimate acts. Combs' staff also allegedly arranged travel for victims, monitored their movements, and scheduled IV fluid deliveries to help them recover from excessive narcotic use and physical strain, all under his direction. The indictment further claims these parties were filmed, and Combs used the footage to blackmail his victims into silence.
This office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be.
This office is committed to investigating and prosecuting anyone involved in trafficking, regardless of their power, wealth, or fame, said Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. A year ago, Sean Combs was given the key to New York City in Times Square. Today, he stands indicted and will face justice. The indictment underscores the extensive manipulation and abuse Sean Diddy Combs allegedly inflicted on those under his influence throughout his 30-year career. As a towering figure in the hip-hop industry, Combs built a commercial empire as a rapper, record producer, and media mogul, using names such as Puff Daddy, Puffy, Love, P. Diddy, and Diddy. Not only did he help shape the careers of some of the genre's most iconic artists, such as the Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and Usher, he also became a star in his own right, dominating the Billboard charts and earning 3 Grammy Awards along with 13 nominations. Sean Diddy Combs' rise from a record label intern to talent director, from party host to fashion icon, and from red-hot rookie to industry elder statesman, set the standard for rappers seeking more than just a music career. However, his legacy has taken a dramatic turn in the past year, following a wave of sexual assault lawsuits and the release of a shocking video showing him physically attacking his then-girlfriend, singer Cassie, in a Los Angeles hotel hallway. Combs' arrest comes nearly a year after the first of 10 sexual assault lawsuits was filed against him, and 6 months after the Department of Homeland Security raided his Los Angeles and Miami mansions. At the time, DHS did not disclose details of the operation, but a law enforcement official, speaking anonymously, later revealed to the Washington Post that the raids were part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. We are deeply disappointed by the decision to move forward with what we believe to be an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, a self-made entrepreneur, a devoted family man, and a committed philanthropist who has spent the past 30 years building an empire, cherishing his children, and working to uplift the black community, said Mark Agnifilo, Combs' attorney, in a statement. While he is not without flaws, he is not a criminal, Agnifilo added. The lawsuits collectively depict Sean Diddy Combs as a man who repeatedly exploited his power to mistreat women throughout his career. According to the indictment, some of the alleged incidents occurred during freak-offs, drug-fueled parties involving trafficked adult workers, and episodes of physical and sexual abuse. The first lawsuit was filed on November 16, 2023 by Cassie, who dated Combs from 2007 to 2018, while she was a singer signed to his Bad Boy record label. In her suit, Cassie accused Combs of over a decade of illegal exploitation, including an incident where he allegedly attacked her at a hotel and then bribed staff to obtain the security footage. The lawsuit was settled for an undisclosed amount just 1 day after it was filed, with Combs continuing to deny any wrongdoing. However, months later, on May 17th, CNN acquired surveillance footage from 2016 that depicted Combs attacking Cassie at the Intercontinental Los Angeles Century City Hotel. The video captured Combs chasing her down a hallway, throwing her to the ground, and dragging her out of the camera's view. After the video was released, Combs issued an apology on Instagram on May 19th. "My behavior in that video is inexcusable," he stated. "I take full responsibility for my actions in that footage." By early July, reports surfaced that a federal grand jury in New York was considering evidence against Combs. At that point, 8 individuals had accused the music mogul of illegal exploitation of individuals. The allegations spanned his entire career, with several women claiming he attacked and drugged them in the 1990s. Liz Gardner has accused Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall of raping her in 1990 in a lawsuit. Joy Dickerson-Neal alleges that Combs drugged and raped her in 1991. Crystal McKinney, a former model, claims that Combs drugged and raped her during New York Fashion Week in 2003. Additionally, April Lampros has filed a lawsuit alleging that Combs raped her multiple times between 1995 and 2000 when she was a fashion student. Court documents reveal that Lampros claimed Combs had promised to mentor her. The charges against P. Diddy are serious and wide-ranging. Court documents tell a story that's hard to believe. 4 individuals, including singer Cassie, have come forward with claims against Combs. They say he was involved in illegal trafficking, forced people to do intimate things, and hired adult workers for his parties. But that's not all. In December, someone filed a lawsuit saying Combs and others did something terrible back in 2003. They claim a 17-year-old, whose name isn't given, was trafficked and raped. Then in February, a music producer named Rodney Jones spoke up. Jones worked with Combs on the Love album just last year. He's saying Combs and others sexually assaulted him and were involved in drug and sex trafficking. Now, it's important to note that Combs says none of this is true. He's fighting back hard against these claims. On March 26th, his lawyer, Aaron Dyer, had something to say about it all. Dyer called it a witch hunt and said the accusations don't have any merit.
At the life and career of Sean Diddy Combs.
Born in New York City in 1969, Combs began his career as an intern at Andre Harrell's Uptown Records, a label known for signing future hip-hop and R&B stars like Heavy D, Mary J. Blige, and Jodeci. Displaying a natural talent for the job, he left Howard University to take on a promotion as a talent manager. In 1993, Harrell dismissed Combs after just 3 years, telling the Wall Street Journal, "I knew it was time for him to grow." And he did, at an astonishing rate. Shortly after his departure, Combs launched Bad Boy Records, which would go on to sign stars like the notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Mace, eventually reaching a valuation of $100 million at its peak. Combs was instrumental in defining the sound of 1990s hip-hop, producing hits such as B.I.G.'s Hypnotize and Mo Money Mo Problems, as well as Faith Evans' Soon As I Get Home. Under the moniker Puff Daddy, Combs achieved massive success with his 1997 debut album, No Way Out, which topped the Billboard 200 and was certified 7 times platinum. The album's tribute to B.I.G., I'll Be Missing You, dominated the charts for 11 weeks and cemented Combs' image in hip-hop culture, famously dancing in memory of the fallen rapper. In the following decades, Combs expanded into various industries. He launched a fashion and fragrance line, Sean John, starred in 2 reality TV shows, created a news network, partnered with the vodka brand Ciroc, and opened 2 restaurants. By 2002, Forbes had ranked him 12th on its list of entrepreneurs under 40, and by 2022, Combs had reached billionaire status. Throughout his career, Combs earned a reputation as a modern-day Jay Gatsby, known for hosting extravagant-themed parties attended by celebrities like Paris Hilton, Ashton Kutcher, and Kim Kardashian. His most famous event was the White Party, held every Labor Day weekend in the Hamptons from 1998 to 2009. Receiving an invitation to this party was as prestigious as appearing on the cover of Rolling Stone in the 1970s, marking the recipient as a top-tier celebrity. In recent years, Combs has become a revered figure in hip-hop, with a storied discography and numerous accolades to his name. He has won 3 Grammy Awards, 2 MTV Video Music Awards, and an NAACP Image Award for his role in the 2009 television adaptation of A Raisin in the Sun. Howard University awarded him an honorary degree, MTV honored him with a Global Icon Award, and BET presented him with a Lifetime Achievement Award, which he accepted to a standing ovation. The dazzling allure of his empire may have masked a darker side hinted at from the outset of his career. In a 1998 interview with Jet magazine, Combs revealed that Puff Daddy was a childhood nickname derived from his tendency to huff and puff when he was angry. "I had a temper," he admitted. In 1996, Combs was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a New York Post photographer, marking the beginning of his legal troubles. A 1991 AIDS fundraiser he promoted ended in tragedy when a stampede claimed 9 lives. Over time, he faced accusations of swindling friends and colleagues, as well as reports of altercations with other rappers and even his son's college football coach. Combs occasionally addressed the negative headlines, often accusing his critics of trying to exploit his fame and wealth. However, the public began to see him as an angry, controlling, and violent figure, despite his polished appearance in designer suits. His record label, Bad Boy Records, became a focal point in the East Coast-West Coast rap rivalry of the mid-90s, pitting the notorious B.I.G. against Tupac Shakur of Death Row Records. The feud of words ultimately led to the murders of Shakur and B.I.G., 2 of the era's biggest hip-hop stars. In April 1999, Combs was arrested and charged with 2 felonies following an altercation with a record executive, though the charges were later dropped at the executive's request. 7 months later, Combs and his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, were arrested after fleeing a shooting at a New York club with a gun found under their car's front passenger seat. Combs was acquitted of weapons charges, but Bad Boy rapper Shine was convicted of assault and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Combs faced multiple lawsuits accusing him of assaults or threats, including claims from a local TV host and his former Making the Band co-star, Lorianne Gibson. The show, which premiered in 2000, depicted Combs as a mogul. A civil jury ruled in Combs' favor against the TV host. He denied Gibson's allegations, and her police complaint did not result in charges. Former Bad Boy artists have publicly criticized Combs for allegedly manipulative business practices. Mark Curry, a former Bad Boy artist, wrote a 2009 book titled Dancing with the Devil, accusing Combs of physically abusing his former partner, Kim Porter. Although Porter, who passed away from pneumonia in 2018, alleged infidelity in their relationship, she never publicly addressed the abuse claims.
My thoughts reading the 14-page indictment yesterday were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on.
Following recent events, including the lawsuits, a high-profile raid, and federal charges, more people from Combs' circle have come forward with allegations of abuse or manipulation. For some, these accusations represent not just the downfall of a powerful individual, but a critique of the entire industry. In a January interview, Curry spoke about drugging drinks at hip-hop parties and giving women pills. practices that Combs has been accused of in recent lawsuits. It was a part of the hip-hop culture. We didn't see nothing wrong with it until Bill Cosby got in trouble, Curry said. If you think you've seen everything, brace yourself for what's coming next. Our upcoming video is packed with more jaw-dropping moments that will leave you speechless.